either I am out for a walk, as you can see, so this is not a live stream, and I thought I would do some recorded material here. Live streams can be a little bit demanding, so I will do live streams as well, but hopefully you will stick around and watch these recordings. I'm going to talk about loneliness. It has been on my mind quite a lot lately. Actually, you know what? This new GoPro that I have is quite a bit heavier than the previous model. Loneliness. It's been on my mind lately. First of all, because I have entered what you could call a very natural but also difficult period of my life, and I'll get back to that in a few seconds or a couple of minutes. But there is also the fact that a lot of people, no, not a lot of people, but a significant number of people are reaching out, mainly through Instagram, but also on my Patreon, and they're all telling the same story. They are lonely, and they have become much more lonely during the last couple of years or 3 years. They feel isolated. They feel that they are not needed, and they feel that it's difficult, and it should feel difficult, because, you know, as I said in my recent video on the main channel, we are not meant to be alone. We are tribal, and we need people around us. We're not lone wolves. No, we're not. And you will suffer eventually if you're all alone. As I also said in my video on the main channel, if being alone is an option among other options, it's all good, because then you can choose to be lonely. No, sorry. Then you can choose to be alone, but you won't be lonely, because you know that you have the option of being with people. And I don't know, I can guess, but I don't know exactly why people are struggling with loneliness now. And it seems like they are struggling, more people are struggling with loneliness now than before. But I will say that for me, it is the fact that my kids have grown up. You know, they both live at home still, but you know, my daughter she's 18, and it won't be long now before they both have moved out, and you know, as it should be. But I realized that I'm not needed that much anymore, and that fills me with a feeling of loneliness, because my entire life was, you know, I built my entire life around my kids, you know. Since I'm a novelist and now YouTuber, I've been able to work from home and adapt my working schedule. I've been able to be there for them much more than people who work 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 or whatever, you know. And now it's difficult because, yeah, I feel that I'm not needed that much anymore. There's a void. I saw a comment, and no, this is not going to be me ranting about stupid comments, but I saw a comment on a main channel a few weeks ago. Someone wrote something like, "I'm not interested in stories about your personal life," or something like that. And it's like, that's hilarious. No, it's not hilarious, it's stupid, because I have not shared my personal life. And but anyway, I guess I said something there that was a bit personal, and it seems like there are people out there who think that I should just be what I call a dancing monkey. I should just entertain and say things that people want to hear, and apart from that, shut up. No. Sorry, can't do that. None of my channels are going to be channels where I moan about my personal life, of course, but I am allowed to share I am allowed to talk about it. Actually, these channels are mine, so I will talk about whatever I like. I have worked as a therapist. I'm sure I have said that several times. And people will sit down and talk and tell you things that, because there's an ethical code there, of course, so that they feel more secure. They know that you won't tell about that you won't say to other people what they said to you, and so on. So people will share their thoughts and feelings, even if you don't ask them to. They will do that. And this is what I have found. A lot of people are much more lonely than they would admit to, than to other people. They will say that to the therapist, but they won't say it to anyone else because there's a stigma connected to it. And what I have found is that it gets worse as you get older. And there's a difference between men and women. I would say that women in general, it gets to them, it's more like a shock to them. And it happens usually in their 40s, and it happens when their kids grow up, when the kids become independent. What tends to happen is that they feel a little bit like I feel now, actually, but much worse. You can just, it's just horrible to many women. It's horrible. They feel extremely lonely. I've seen so much loneliness among women in that age group, and I've seen depression coming from that. And I think that society as a whole is to blame a lot. And we just like these little islands on a big ocean. Men tend to get that feeling of being left out of everything a decade later, in their 50s. I don't know why, but that's my observation was like that. Men wake up to the realities of life later in life. And I don't know, maybe men are a bit more stubborn or stupid, but they struggle too, and I'll just walk around in a circle here. And I don't have the solutions to this. Well, actually I do, you know. And I'm going to say this several times. I haven't said it before, but I think it's important. If you have a chance of happiness, you hold on to that chance and you never let go, please. If life gives you a chance of love, happiness, belonging, you grab that and you don't let go, okay? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little talk. I hope you found it helpful. We must help each other, okay? We are heading towards difficult times, I'm afraid. And just never give up, okay? Never give up.